Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. My name is Riaa and I make motherhood and lifestyle videos. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoy this video and I hope that you decide to subscribe if you want to stick around and see more. Like I said, I make motherhood and lifestyle videos, and in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys 7 things I learned while I was a NICU parent. If you've been around my channel for a while, then you do know that I was a NICU parent. My child spent 144 days in NICU. The only form of parenthood that I know is Preemiehood. My daughter was born at 23 weeks and 6 days, and it's been a roller coaster of a ride with her ever since. But in today's video, I just want to share with families some things that I learned while I was in NICU that helped me parent in NICU. And so I really hope that this video is encouraging for you and inspirational, and I hope that you find it helpful. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. One of the first things that I would suggest as a NICU parent is to celebrate the little things. Your tiny fighters are struggling for the fight of their lives while in NICU, and it can be overwhelming. And sometimes they're going to take a few more steps back than they do forward. But that's just the way NICU goes. And my biggest suggestion to you is to just celebrate those tiny milestones, because for our tiny warriors, those are huge accomplishments for them. So celebrate them, rejoice in them, and just stay positive. Focus on the positive. Number 2 is to be an advocate for your child. This was probably one of the best pieces of advice that I was given while my child was in NICU, was to be her biggest advocate. As a parent, you're going to learn your child and know what their stressors are, learn how they react to different things, and you're gonna work really closely with your NICU team. And so you want to make sure that you're being your child's advocate. If you have any questions or concerns, or you're not quite sure of something, don't be afraid to speak up and ask those questions, ask for explanations or examples, so that you can get a better understanding of what's going on. Don't be afraid to speak up, and don't be afraid to be there for rounds, which leads me to my third thing. Don't be afraid to be involved. Like I said, try to be there for rounds if you can. I know that it's not always something that's possible for every NICU family, but if one parent can be there for rounds, that just really helps. Because that's kind of where you learn about what the goals are for your child for that day and how they've progressed so far. And you also want to just get involved, learn how to change those itty bitty tiny diapers. I know it can be scary, it can be intimidating, because they're so fragile and you don't want to hurt them. But at the end of the day, you're their parent, and so you want to just try and create special memories for them right from the beginning. So don't be afraid to get involved. Change the tiny diapers, learn how to take the temperatures, and hold them as often as you can. Those kangaroo care moments are probably what help create and strengthen the bond between a mother and a baby, or a parent and baby. And so you just want to really take advantage of that time together and just get involved and be there for them. Number 4 is accept help when you need it. There are a ton of resources in the hospital that are there to help you. From nurses to doctors, social workers, therapists, they're all there to help you, and they're all there to provide the support that you need while your child is in the hospital. So don't be afraid to take advantage of those resources and utilize them. Number 5 is take a break from the hospital, and don't feel guilty for it. It's stressful being in the hospital. Our NICU journey was really long. It was a long one, and I was there with my daughter almost every single day, but there were times when I just needed a break. I just needed some time alone to myself to kind of just regather myself and just kind of refocus and just do some self-care. And so that's my next piece of advice, is don't be afraid to leave the hospital, even if it's just for half a day, to kind of go and get some rest, go take care of things that you need to take care of as far as work or home life, or maybe you have pets or you have other children to take care of. Don't be afraid to leave the hospital. Your baby is in the best hands, and you can always call to get an update, or the hospital will, I'm sure, call you to let you know if any major changes happen. But I highly advise to try and take breaks when you can, especially when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling worn out. When your child's there for a while, it gets tiring and it's just draining. And so just try and take breaks and don't feel guilty for it. Don't be afraid and don't make yourself feel bad for not being there 24/7. Number 6 is to keep a journal. One of the best things that I did while my child was in the hospital was to keep a journal. I wrote down questions that I had. I wrote down questions that I wanted to ask during rounds. I wrote down explanations or examples that I was given. I wrote down her medications, and I wrote down notes that I would need to take for like if I had to make a call to our insurance company, or if I had to do a call for like the Social Security application. There were certain things that I needed to have, and so I tried to keep that all together with all of my notes and everything like that. And I also kept track of Scarlett's milestones, how she was doing on what days, how I was feeling. And now that I have those journals, it's so rewarding to kind of look back and see how far she's come and see how far I've come as a mom. Because in those first initial months, I had no idea what I was doing. I was a first-time mom, and my first experience as a parent was giving birth to a preemie and having to go through the NICU experience. And so just being able to see our journey through my own thoughts and writing, it's just a blessing now. I just love being able to do that. And I have actually created a journal on my own blog. It's actually gone live the day that this video is up. You can find it at my blog at treasuresofmotherhood.com. It is a PDF download. You can find it on my blog, and it's just something to kind of help you document this time with your child in NICU, and I hope that you find it helpful. So if that's something that is interesting to you and something you would be interested in as a parent, you can find it at my blog, like I said, at treasuresofmotherhood.com. The last piece of advice that I'm going to give you is to pay it forward. Like I said, you're going to want to keep a journal to keep track of everything, keep track of notes, and while you're keeping track of those everyday milestones for your child, keep track of all the nurses and the doctors that take care of your baby throughout their journey, so that at the end you can thank them for it. Write them a thank you card, write them a letter, give them gift cards, make them a little snack basket or something just to say thank you. Just as a way to pay it forward and say thank you for all of the amazing help and care that they've given your child and your family throughout this difficult time. I would also suggest maybe donating receiving blankets, hospital blankets, little hats, knitted hats. My mother-in-law actually makes knitted hats, and she's donated a few to the NICU unit for us as we've gone back for visits. And so that's just, I think that's just a great way to pay it forward to other NICU families so that their journeys are a little bit easier, and just kind of gives them some comfort during their time. So that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Like I said, again, you can find that journal at my blog, treasuresofmotherhood.com. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a blessed and beautiful day. Bye.